starting. What's going on? Well, hello, folks. How are y'all? Y'all slipped right in that time. Normally I get a 3, 2, 1. And then sometimes it spins. Somebody asked me that. I said, John, how come you act like you're surprised when we come on sometimes? Actually, one person said something about, you always act like you're surprised. Sometimes I am. Because it'll go 1, 2, spin, spin, spin. And then I'm like, well, it's going to come in a minute. Then I look at, oh, there you are. All right, it's coffee time. It's eating time. And we're ready to cook. Mama, what are you up to? And I'm going to tell them what I'm up to. And I'm going to be up to what I'm up to while she's up to what she's up to.
Wow.
I'm up to cutting up some tomatoes for tomato gravy. Mama's up to making cornbread, and I'm going to let her go ahead and do hers right now.
Okay. All I've got, not hardly a cup of milk because I'm wanting it thinner tonight. And that's my cornmeal. And, well, if I turn the cup right, it'd do better. And just about 1/4 a cup of flour.
Now let me explain one thing Mama's talking about here. She's wanting the pone thinner, not the mix. The mix is always the same, whether you make a big old thick pone or a thin pone, right, Mama?
A real thin pone.
Right, but not the meal. The mix is not going to be thinner, is it?
No. And then this is my 1 egg. I broke it in the bowl to check it. And that's all I'm going to do. And add my buttermilk. Get that egg busted up a little. You're going to have to shake this again.
Shake it.
Yeah, put it on there.
Shake it, shake it, shake it.
I don't want to be a shaker in the jar.
No, Mama, you ain't supposed to be doing that business. I did shake it a while ago, I promise.
Well, I poured a little bit out.
It's thick. It's
Yeah, that's too thick.
This is whole cultured buttermilk, and it's going to be thick, folks.
Whoa. Let me just get some regular.
Yeah, put a little sweet milk in it, and it'll be fine. That's good, thick milk. Goodness. Smells delicious, but it is thick. See, it's down there. It separates out. This is a whole new jug.
I have not mixed them yet. It will from now on.
Here's your little drop mower.
Okay. Oh, that's more like it.
It was just thick. It's in there, but it's still a good one.
Oh, it smells wonderful.
It smells wonderful. You know buttermilk if it ain't good. You get thick buttermilk and it's whole cultured, that's some good buttermilk, folks. Now, little tomato, I don't want you. That's the top, and you have a spot. We ain't fooling with you.
Well, I've got my cornbread. It's going to be a real thin little pone. But I've got it.
Well, Mama, don't go too thin. Don't embarrass us in front of the neighbors with some no thin cornbread. I mean, I like thin.
I want it thin. Eat with that.
Mama's wanting thin as a flitter.
Flitter bread. That's a good name for it.
Mama's wanted thin as a flitter. You can read the newspaper through it. I like Mama always likes hers a little thinner. I like mine a little thicker. We're not making a lot of tomato gravy.
Oh, that's a lot better.
Well, technically it's not a whole lot. That's just a little bowl full. That bread oil smells good.
That's good and hot.
Well, it's a front. It ain't a sin you do nothing, Mama.
Well,
Mama just walked off and left. You didn't even tell me to turn the camera.
I'm sorry. I didn't.
Mama, your cameraman needs some direction when you're leaving him.
You might be too thin, I'm telling you.
I think it is. It's done already done. Don't even have to put that in the oven.
That ain't so.
You don't have to put that in the oven.
He's telling stories now.
It'll be done in 3 minutes. Okay, I better hurry. If cornbread's going to be done that quick, we got to get this done. Now, that bowl looks tiny on that screen. It's not that little. I know. Y'all gonna say, John, you always use them little bitty. It looks like a measuring cup, don't it?
That keeps us from trying to make some mess.
I'm gonna make some tater fritters. And I'm gonna make them a different way tonight. I'm gonna show you all. It's 7:16. We're past the point of raw onion for eating. Mama's not gonna eat the raw onion tonight now, because it'll have her up half the night. And this is just leftover mashed potatoes from another time. They're good. See, look, even cream mashed potatoes, they're still creamy even if they've been in the refrigerator. Those just come out of the refrigerator. So I'm gonna put 2 eggs in here.
There's your bowl.
I'm gonna check them over here. I'm not gonna dirty another bowl.
Well, it's clean. I mean, I just put an egg in it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
You done used it.
Yeah, from my bread.
That egg's perfect.
What was that?
I don't know.
What fell in here?
2 things fell, Mama.
I don't know what it could have been. Well, it was a canister fell.
I heard 2 thumps.
It fell on that board and fell on down. I cannot get it because
You can't bend over.
I know it. I can't.
What was it? A canister fell?
That,
A canister fell onto both shelves. Could be a ghost, I'm sure. That egg is good too. So I'm going to put, how much mashed potatoes did I put in there? I don't know. A cup, Mama said it was in this. A cup. Maybe a cup and a little. Maybe a heaping good healthy cup. So that's just 2 country eggs. Now I'm going to show you, this is minced garlic. This ain't even garlic. This is just minced dried garlic. I'm going to put 1 shake of that in there. We don't want to overpower that. That ain't the start of the show. This is onions minced. Now these don't bother Mama. I'm not telling you they're not going to bother you. I'm just saying Mama can eat these with great success. Right, Mama?
Yeah. It's
the raw ones she can't eat, even though they're cooked in these things. But this just gives you a little flavor. This is brand spanking new. Why do we say brand spanking new? Do you say that? Or is that a southern thing? Brand spanking. Brand spanking new. Somebody look that up. And I'm going to put about a teaspoon of brand spanking new onion flakes in here. That's just minced onions, see? Oh boy, that smells good. You're going to get the flavor, but you don't get the whatever is in the onion that really upsets your stomach. This is the onion powder. It's just going to get a shake of that for good measure. I'm going to put a little bit of black pepper in here. Table pepper, I call it. I don't know the real name for it. I call it table pepper. I call it table pepper and ground pepper.
table pepper is ground pepper.
It is, but I grind it sometimes, and sometimes I use the pre-grind. And this tonight I'm using both. And I do that a lot too. Just tricolor peppercorn. And I'm just putting this in here. This is all going to have layers of flavor, but it's not going to be anything that's going to upset your stomach. Well, it don't upset Mama's. That's all I'm going. This is about a shake of Southern Secret, and it has your onion and your garlic powder in it too. Now I'm going to put a little bit of canned cream in here. This is just enough to get it all mixed up here together. So I put all my stuff in there. And I'm just going to kind of mix it together right here with this egg. So I can get my yolks stirred up. And around she goes and back again. Now I'm just going to fold it all together. Look, this bowl's plenty big enough, folks. Watch him spill it. Watch him spill it. He will. Now, see, it's a little soupy, but I'm going to put some White Lily self-rising flour in here. And that's going to firm it up and hold it together.
You done used your cream.
Yes, ma'am. So now all those flavors are in there. They're all combined. That egg's in there. The egg is just going to hold it together, act as a binder. This white little flour will too. Now I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of flour. 3 tablespoons of flour, and I'm just going to fold that in so we don't puff and I don't look like a mime when this is all over with. Be white powder all over my face. And we might need a little bit more. We'll know when we get it together. Will it hold the pack? We call these tater cakes. What do you call them? Some people call them pancakes or something. We call them tater cakes. If we're going to make tater cakes, this is what we're going to make. Now, I put about 3 tablespoons of flour in there, and I'm going to need more. And I'm going to put about 2 more tablespoons of flour. Maybe 2.5. You just put it until it stiffens. You can't always go exactly by what the measurements we give you, because sometimes you put a little more liquid or you changed a little something. I want you to cook with your eyes as much as you do by your measurements. My granny used to say, I've heard my mama say it too, I know when it feels right. See how it's pulling away a little bit? You're kind of making a dough almost, I guess. And when all else fails, you ask your mama, Mama, do you think this needs a little bit more flour? Huh?
No, you don't want it too flour. It'll take away from the tater.
You want to cook that flour too. Well, look here. I've got it at a pretty thicker than pancake batter.
It'll stay all right.
Mama says it's all
Are you
right.
gonna make tomato gravy while I do this?
No, Mama, I like your tomato gravy. I'm gonna let them what you do it, and I'll put these in the pan while I'm over there. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, which one was you gonna do?
I don't want to. I'd rather you do the tomato gravy. Last time I made tomato gravy, I thought it was just I wasn't impressed with my own tomato gravy. I've made it before and liked it okay, but the last 2 times Mama made it, I thought this is the way to go. This is delicious right here. Now, let's have us a little bit of coffee. Mama's calling this meeting to order. Let's join her over there at the stove. Mama, turn the overhead light on so they can see. Let's get busy now.
This is for your tater.
I start saying, this ain't mine, is it?
No, that's my grease for my tomato gravy.
I'm gonna set my batter right there. This is for the tomato, or for the potatoes. That's for the tomatoes. Mm-hmm. So that's bacon grease. Yeah. Right there, folks. Just a little bit of bacon grease. I'm gonna try to arrange you here. I'm gonna prop you up on a bottle of oil or something. We're professional like that.
How are you gonna do that?
I can't get it to prop because I'll have to just do it this way, Mama. So look right down here. That grease, let's see if it's ready. Not quite. I want to fry when I go to work.
It may need turning.
Yeah, it's you either have to have it on.
I'm gonna go ahead and put me some flour in here.
Mama has just announced she's not waiting on me to go ahead.
That ain't ready yet.
Ah, yours is ready, Mama.
Yeah.
Now she's put about 2 tablespoons of flour.
Yeah, 2.
2 tablespoons of oil. You want your oil and your flour to be about the same. Now mine ain't near ready. See how that's just laying there? It's going to be a minute and that will be greasy. Now this is no different than milk gravy right here. Right now. And she's even going to put salt and pepper and all that in it.
I'm going to put a little more flour because I've got it. I need salt and pepper over there. Here. I'll use this salt.
I got one handed, Mama.
Oh, yeah.
You got your own stuff, ain't you? Some pepper right above you.
I'm just sprinkling salt like I would breakfast gravy.
And right here's pepper beside of you. Is that your pepper?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that could be breakfast gravy right there. My tater cake's starting to do its thing. Well, Mama, you've choked yourself out.
It's it, pepper. Too much.
I'm going to turn you down.
I think I'm brown enough.
Yeah, for tomato gravy, you are.
Cooked enough.
And then in goes your tomatoes when you would be putting your cream and your water in. Juice, tomatoes, and all.
More than I thought it was.
Pretty good little lot.
May have put a fitting in it.
Yeah. Now see my one of those lonely tater cake down here. He's starting to come to life now. I'm going to give him some friends. We may not fix all these tater cakes. Goodness.
You'll be eating tater cakes for a week.
I don't like them left over too much. Do you?
No.
If you ever think cooking is challenging, try to do it with one hand holding the camera and get back to me. See what Mama's got there?
I'm going to have to add a little water. They weren't hardly juicy enough.
Hand me that. Now what's this? I'm going to do a back somersault flip. Turn on the water.
Don't stick them in on that tomato.
While filming in the front.
That's
Bringing
enough.
the... Now that is talent right there. What do you think about that move, Mama?
Oh, thank you.
If that was an Olympic event,
You might have won.
I could have qualified. Okay. My one little tater cake is done.
You've done good getting one.
My other one, ugh,
Oh, it's too hot now. Turn her down.
look at that. But that's still good. Those are good. Those are,
Too brown.
no judgment from Mama's team. Thank you, Mama. Thank you for not judging us, Mama. We appreciate you here
I'm not
at the tater camp. Just adding a little bit more oil.
You want that a little thinner? Because it will.
Whatever you say, Mama. You're the...
It'll get thicker as it goes. There wasn't this much juice in there, Miss Yasha.
Add a little bit more oil.
Mm-hmm.
I think tomatoes. Well, that cornbread is probably done. It's flat cornbread. Here we go with a few more tater cakes.
Did you turn it back down?
Yes, ma'am. It's way down. So that tomato gravy. I've got to get a camera hovering over the stove or something. You can't cook with one-handed. Makes it hard on the body. Watch that tomato simmer. How good is that now? Now see, these are turning out a little better. You what? I mean, that ain't burnt. That's just getting browned. You know what they say? Brown is flavor. Now that's some good tater cakes right there. And that's some delicious tomato gravy right there. Something is choking us out.
I believe it's my pepper I put in there so much of it, but I like plenty of pepper in it.
Oh, I like some good pepper too, but I keep getting choked out. You ain't sprinkled no pepper.
I did a while ago a ton. Now that's good and creamy. Done.
Whoa, there's enough tater cakes there.
Turn that out.
To feed an army. Turn that off, scoot it up.
Everything's off.
Everything's done. And here we are. Ain't got the table set. Folks. This is real living. Real living. Let's see. Let's get you flipped. Back in your seat. Lord, I got the legs to the tripod.
I'm terrible.
Trying to fool around while I go and get you stuck up on top of an oil bottle.
That didn't work.
Didn't work, Mama.
I know it didn't.
Lord, that's the ugliest cornbread you've ever made, Mama.
Well, we'll turn it over to the other side.
Show them. Show them that cornbread. Let's look at this cornbread. Mama, look at that cornbread.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen a pound of cornbread of yours. Look.
What's wrong? It's getting.
Because you made it.
Now that sounds good.
You made it so skinny, Mama.
I made it real low.
It don't matter what it looks like, folks. It's what's inside that counts. I ain't never seen your cornbread in sections like that. And look at that side.
Well, show off on my bad side, don't you?
Well, I wanted to see that side. Let's hurry and eat that side. Now, this ain't no church social cornbread.
No, it's not. I made too little.
This is a stingy loaf. Ain't it?
We didn't need much. I tried to make it stingy.
You did good, Mom. Stingy's good. All right. What you want to drink?
I've got my first one.
All right, you're ready to go. Ready, set, go. She is.
You want a fork?
Don't y'all make fun of Mama's cornbread. Well, I don't know. I think the tripod's turned up.
You wouldn't make fun of it.
I did not laugh, Mama, not one time.
Yeah. Make sure all these burners.
The tripod, I think I've melted it over on the stove.
Oh, goodness. I'm so bad.
We're ready to eat, folks. That was real time.
If you'll hand me your plate.
Let me do a flyover while Mama's filling up the plates. This is a no meat night. No meat Tuesday, I guess. But we don't always have to have meat.
I can eat without meat.
I can too, especially when you're doing green. It's not a vegan because there's bacon grease in that there tomato gravy. And looky here, these little tater cakes. Now I like these with some ketchup sometimes. Do you, Mama?
Sometimes. But you got tomato stuff. I'll get you ketchup just in case.
I don't want to trouble you, Mama.
I'll get some ketchup in case you decide you want it.
Since it's right there in the cabinet right behind you. I've not been able to read any comments. Good evening. Who said that? Right down here. Come back here. Camille, how are you? Hey, Lisa, I missed the tomato gravy, please. Repent. She's, I don't know what it said. Please repent, she says. Lisa, the tomato gravy, make it just like you do milk gravy. Start out with 2 tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons worth of oil, which we use bacon grease. And that was 4 or 5 tomatoes, just chopped up, put in a bowl. And we had a little bit of water because it was a little bit thick. And you just cook it till it's done like that. But you can go back and watch.
Depend on how juicy your tomatoes are too.
You can go back and watch the video, and it was on there just a few minutes ago. And I made these delicious tater cakes. I don't know if they're good or not. We'll see. And Mama made this cornbread.
Quit laughing about my cornbread.
I mean, that right there was Mama's. That's what she made.
I told you I was making her to smile now. It's hard to change sometimes. Watch you laugh.
Okay.
Now you can't say you ain't laughed about it.
I was laughing at something totally different.
No, you wasn't.
Let's bless this food before I get in trouble. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this wonderful meal. We thank you for these precious hands that prepared it, dear Lord. And we just ask you to bless our bodies and nourish us with it, dear Lord. And Lord, watch over all those folks out there that's got prayer requests and answered and I mean, spoken and unspoken, dear Lord. And be with our country, dear Lord. Be with our children as they prepare to go back to school. Just put a hedge of protection on each and every one of them. And dear Lord, just watch over us, lead, guide, and direct us when you have us to go. In your name we pray. Amen.
I'm ready to taste that tomato gravy.
I'm definitely going for tomato gravy. What's that green?
That one tomato was.
Hey, green?
Mm-hmm.
I'll save it for last. Tomato gravy.
It's good.
It's delicious.
My daddy always made tomato gravy.
The last time I made it wasn't that great. Let's look how pretty that cornbread is there. But it's good and thin. See there?
I could have just eaten tomato gravy.
I like this right here. Put your little piece of cornbread down. Put that tomato gravy over top of that cornbread. Stick that fork in there. That's a good bite. That's delicious. Now let's try these wicked little tater cakes. Tater cake coming up.
It's very good.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
They are good, Mama. And they don't have any raw onions in them, even though they're raw cooked, of course. But the onions in them was just minced garlic and a little bit of onion powder, and a little bit of y'all's secret, Southern Secret. But I didn't flood it with it. 2 eggs, a little bit of cream, about 4 or 5 tablespoons of flour. Get it just right.
They're good. Everything's good.
Everything's good.
They're wanting this tomato gravy.
I have too, Mama.
Makes me think of my daddy.
You know what else we need to fix? sometimes is Mama's tomato dish like you like. Maybe tomorrow.
She called it tomato pie or tomato dumplings. She just cooked it. She never baked it though.
Now I make one that's different than yours.
Yeah.
I make one called scalloped tomatoes. Mine, you just put in a 9x9, cut your tomatoes up, add you a little bit of salt, put sugar in them. Then you take light bread and you crumble it up on top, and you drizzle butter and sugar over top, bake it in the oven. It was given to me, the recipe, and it was said it was a depression supper. If they had a little bit of sugar, it would sweeten all those tomatoes. Some people don't like sweetened tomatoes. I don't, except in that one dish, and I like that crunch of that light bread. It's just white bread, and it's delicious, isn't it, Mama?
Yeah.
But now you do something different.
Mommy just put it in the kettle and cooked the tomatoes and put a sprinkle of salt and sugar. Cooked it good and then put her bread in it.
Light bread.
Yeah.
I wonder if they can see your orange eye.
Is it still orange looking?
It is down here.
Is it orange?
Yeah, underneath it.
Well, I can't help it. She put that in there, and I'm glad nobody else has seen it.
When we went to have Mama's eye check this morning, she had to put a little coloring in her eye. She said, I'm going to put a little color in your eye so I can see that flap to make sure it's all smooth and nice. And she did a real good job. And so we get in the car, and Mama didn't know it. But like cheap mascara, it had run down in here and down in here and up on the lid. And I looked over and she had one big orange eye around it. Not in it, just around it. And I said, Mama, you thinking that colored dye might come out of your eye? No. She just done it to look. And I said, you don't think so? I looked in the mirror. She goes, oh my goodness. It's... Oh.
I put on sunglasses.
She cleaned it off.
She said just pat it off.
She cleaned it off. But now I see a little more orange under there, Mama.
Oh, goodness.
Y'all ever had cataracts or had coloring put in your eye for it? Well, there you go. You may end up with an orange eye. I don't know. Maybe that is she's orange in Tennessee.
Well, that's a thought.
Look at you.
I ate all that, didn't I?
You even eat your ugly cornbread.
I'm going to eat some more.
You eat all you want to, Mama. You make yourself at home.
I will. I'll try my best to. I've been waiting for that tomato gravy. Like I said, it makes me think of my daddy. He always wanted tomato gravy a lot.
It's good and good for you. Let's see if ketchup works on these little tater cakes. They're awful good plain though, ain't they, Mama?
Yeah, I don't believe I want no ketchup on mine.
Oh, they're good with ketchup.
You want another spoon?
I've been trying not to do seconds, Mama.
Well, I am. It's tomatoes.
Okay, it's a fruit.
It's tomatoes.
It's fruit gravy.
They say don't let your chickens eat tomatoes because it'll make them poor. It don't have the same.
What if it's good for Daddy?
They don't have the same effect on me.
Let's see if there's any comments. I didn't have that dye when I had my surgery. You didn't, Robin. Mama has a happy plate.
Oh, what?
Happy plate. You did a clean plate club. Love tomato gravy, yum. Donna, do you ever make it? Now, if you don't have garden tomatoes, or you think, well, I don't have, just use canned tomatoes. It's just as good, ain't it, Mama?
Yeah. We've used them.
That is fluorescein stain. Nancy, you must be in the eye industry. Angela Britt says she probably misspelled it and meant repeat. She did. Nola saying, yeah, it was just a funny. It wasn't nothing serious. She didn't mean repent. She meant repeat.
That's something that I do.
Can you use canned potatoes? Canned tomatoes? Yes, you can. Yes, canned tomatoes are fine. Michelle, thank you for answering that. I love it when y'all answer each other's questions because it's just like a big family sitting around the table. Hi, John and Momma. I'm here. Oh, there's Miss Nola. I'm here. I've had the recipes for the tomato gravy and the cornbread, tater fritters ready to post. Way to go, Miss Nola. Miss Nola, everybody missed you last night. We're glad you're back. Hey, Anita. I made your fried meatloaf tonight for dinner. Way too hot for the oven. Yes, ma'am. Ellen, that fried meatloaf will save you a lot of oven time in the summer, and it's delicious. And boy, does it ever make good sandwiches the next day because they're already portioned out. Happy to find y'all live. Well, Pamela, thank you. We try. Some people say, we haven't seen you live in a long time. Someone asked me the other night at church, said, "Harry, y'all quit doing your show?" I said, "Not as of last night, we didn't." And they were like, "I can't." I said, "You got to go back and check your notifications. If you had an update on your phone, or if Facebook has done any updates, or if you haven't done some hearts and some thumbs ups, or you haven't commented, Facebook says, oh, they're not interacting with this page, we'll just do away with it." And I did notice last week I got a bunch of notifications that said, "Do you still want to receive this video? Yes or no? Yes or no?" And I put yes to all of them because people I follow. And so just go back to our page, Coffee Time with John and Momma, and make sure you're getting notifications. Make sure it's all there. And like it and follow and share it. Like, follow, and share. The more you share, the more people that can come on, the better we grow, and the better our algorithm, and the more they push us out, and the more friends we have. So like it, follow it, and share it. Now, there are some fake pages out there. One of you kind people sent me one the other day. There's absolutely nothing I can do about them but report them, and I ask you to do the same thing. There's some pages out there. Mama, I think, sent her one of her y'all's t-shirts, and it's something about John and Momma's fans.
Yeah, I see.
Is always going to be Coffee Time with John and Momma. No fans, no groups, and sometimes they'll come on here and say, "You have won a cookbook," or "You have won." You won't win anything on here, and let's tell you on here, you will see it live, presented by me and Mama. It won't be no group telling you to come here and follow this link and we'll give you this. We don't do it that way. Everything we do is a live giveaway. Live.
I got a phone call today. My business is so-and-so needed something done. I thought, they got the wrong person.
I got one of those the other day that I'd ordered $999 from Amazon. If it wasn't right, I better be clicking this link. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't click any links. Don't click any links. Another thing they're doing, I seen this one the other day, they are contacting you and they have a little information on you, and they're telling your bank account's been hacked, that you need to do this, this, and this, and then they're hacking your bank account. So if you get one of those calls, hang up and call your bank directly. Say, "Thank you for letting me know. I'll call you back." And you hang up and you call that bank directly. Don't use their number. Don't verify nothing on your account, because that's a hack too. It's a hack.
Whichever way you turn, don't they?
Yeah.
Lord, I cleaned it twice. I'm quitting now.
I went out last night after we filmed. I thought, I'm going to go here and sit and swing a while, let myself digest. You know how you say it. Well, the hydrangeas was asking for water. Another plant or two would ask me a couple of times as I walked by them. Can I have a little water down here? So I thought, well, I will water tonight.
I left you to go water.
Oh, Mama came out there. We were sitting around, and she said, I'm cold. I'm going to go lay down. I said, well, you go lay down. I'm going to water before dark. So I had a friend stop by. We talked for, you know how you talk. We did 2 or 3 Southern goodbyes. You know how it is. So the lights had done come on by then. But I hung in there. It was done my bedtime. But I hung in there. Because them little plants had asked so nicely for water as I walked by. Oh, please, some water. You know how they just lay down and ask, beg. You're like, oh, bless its heart, it's got to have some water. I watered everything out there, which takes a minute, folks. It takes a minute to water.
I took sun and plenty down, so you didn't have to water that few little.
They didn't have to water the tomato plants out there. But anyhow, long story short, too late, right? It wasn't supposed to rain for 40 days and 40 nights here. There wasn't a drop of rain on the forecast from as far as I could see ahead. So I thought, you got to water.
I told you it looked rainy, though.
How about, and the rain crows was going, don't water, John. We got this. That was yelling at me from the trees. You know when they go, whoop, whoop, whatever they do. Do you know, the rain woke me up this morning at 4:30. Pouring, thunder, lightning, rain, and cats and dogs. It was a big rain. It was a good, them hydrangeas would have got all the rain they needed. But no, I stayed up and watered and watered.
But if you hadn't watered, it probably wouldn't have rained at all.
So I was good to them little plants last night. Me hard. So what? I'm not watering them tonight. They've been double watered. Unless I go out there and they're asking for water.
They drooping down their pit.
They surely won't. I've used them. But I don't know. If I'd been watered last night, watered this morning, after this hot day, I'd be asking for more water. It's 85 out there in the shade.
90 something, I think.
It's hot, folks. We got summer. It's hot. You people that love that hot, it's here. But the only thing I'm holding on to is the burr months. September, October, November, all them December. I mean,
The way June and July has flew by, you'll get them for you.
oh, it'll be here in a minute. I ain't rushing it. No, I ain't one of them that rushes it. I want to enjoy every day, hot, cold, or indifferent. I want to enjoy them all. But I look forward to fall. And the stores are already filling the shelves full of fall. If you've been out there. All right, folks, that's all we got. Mama, you got anything?
No, I feel like a pig.
How you feeling? How you
I
feeling?
feel better.
There's a gnat in here. The gnats are back. The gnats are back, huh?
Back with the banana.
Now they come every year. That isn't nothing you can do for them. I made them up a little drink right there. I made them up the other day, and it's working. I didn't have any apple cider vinegar in my hand, so I used a little bit of balsamic vinegar, a little bit of white wine vinegar. I figured that'd be sweet. Boy, did they like it. They like it. But they ain't near as bad as it was last year. I think they were on a mission last year.
They come with the cantaloupes, I think, last year. Every time
Oh,
I bought the cantaloupes, they get worse.
We just got 2 or 3 flying right here tonight. Get you a little drink right there.
Are you coasting it anyway?
I wish you would. Little balsamic vinegar, a little white wine vinegar, and a little bit of coffee. That helps them.
I believe it's time to put.
So glad Mama is doing well. Mary Kate, Mama said earlier, I heard her saying, well, I said this, and she looked at me like I had 2 heads. This second eye's done so much better than the first one. She said, this second one's done great. And she said, I wish the first one been that good. I wouldn't have directed the second one. I said, well, you should have had the second one done first. She said, what? I said, well, the second one done so good. You should have went ahead and had the second one done first. And she said, are you crazy? I said, yes, ma'am, I am.
I didn't choose which one went first. The doctors did.
That eye has done much better.
Oh, this one's done.
She can see better out of it already than she could the first one. But now, in all, full disclosure, the doctor told us before she had it. This is not a magic wand. It's a surgery. Some people's going to tell you, oh, I never had to wear glasses. You may still have to wear glasses. You may get by with just readers, but you still may have that you'll need some corrective lens. But this morning, in which this one, the one that counts for the glasses, this morning, she was reading almost to the last line with her newly operated eye. But not with the other one. But the new eye that she just had done yesterday, the lady said, "Can you read that second line?" And Mama went, do, and she said, and then she went to the next one, and then she goes, "Well, you're showing off. Let's go ahead and come over." And she flipped it down to the 2020 chart, whatever it was, and it was smiling. She said, "Read as many of those you get." Mama went all the way down to the second, to the bottom. And she said, "You did great." But in the other one, it's still like that. Still ain't able to do it. And she may never, and that's fine. Because here's the thing, she's seeing much better out of the first eye she had operated on. And she's seeing tremendously better out of the other one.
Yeah.
So, even if she has to wear glasses, we're just so glad, and it's been such a success.
I've been used to wear them for the last year or so anyway.
It's been such a success, and Lord has blessed her, and we're so thankful. And y'all pray, and y'all have sent wonderful words of encouragement, and it's been wonderful. So, we are putting drops, not because of the cataract surgery. This is just tears in the first eye. So, that's helped it tremendously, because it was just dried out, the doctor said. So, I think we're on the mend, aren't we, Mama?
Yeah, hopefully by the end of this week, I hope both of them. By the time I go next Tuesday morning, I hope both of them's
And what? She has been such a big girl. I have put drops in that eye 3 times today, and all 3 times she has stood right there, and I didn't have to catch her in the bed and hold her head to the pillow.
You might tonight.
She just stood there and held it open, and I've drip, 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 and it's done. Usually it's like, "Come in here, let me lay on the bed." She'll lay on the bed and she'll hold her eye and she'll say, "You get it? Did you get it?" I'm like, "No, Mom, I didn't get it. Your head ain't quit moving." She's done so good. Y'all give her a round of applause.
You may have.
I'll have to get you a sugar-free sucker or something.
You'll have to pin it down tonight to get them license in there tonight.
No, Mom, I got full confidence you're going to sit there with that eye open. She does real good. I talked bad about her before, but truth is, this time I ain't had no trouble getting drops in there. Maybe it's hurt so bad for the week.
But I'll do anything.
But she's like, "Put drops, I don't care, do anything."
That's the truth. It's been bad.
But it feels better.
Yeah, well, it's already feeling some better.
And your other eye even looks clearer. You look clear-eyed.
Yeah, it feels like my hairs are getting anything.
But you can see really plain out of it, can't you?
Yeah, I can see good out of that one.
She's so excited about that one. All right, folks, that's all we got. We're updated on everybody. I've still got a thumb.
I can't.
I've even took the bandage. I just barely touched it.
I've eaten my fill of tomato gravy.
See, I still have a thumb. People's afraid I was going to lose my thumb. It was all bandaged up, but it's fine today. It's got a little healing to go. Just a little spot there.
You'll use the guard from now on.
Yeah, I'll use that guard. We'll make something with the big mandolin for long, and I'll get my revenge and use the guard, and it won't get me. Don't blame the equipment, folks. And order that mandolin. $83 plus that clear bowl and those 2 spoons. There's a picture of it, including forks. Well, they're sporks. They're sport spoons. That's what.
I think they're in there.
That's what the Colonel calls them. Sporks. See, it's a sport spoon. You get 2 of these. It's a salad. You get 2 of these, and you get the crystal bowl with the lid, and then you get the mandolin for $83. Now, don't let me cutting myself, because I could cut myself with this big thing. Wouldn't mean you wouldn't want to buy it, because this is a wonderful knife. The $83 mandolin is a good deal, and if you're going to do any pickles, corn, we've never cut corn off with it. Mama's got her own thing. She won't steer from that. But cucumbers, you can slice them up. If you use that guard, you're fine. Even I thought I was doing a pepper, and I had it down to it was about that much, and I thought I've got plenty of room, and I'll get the guard and show them the guard. Well, when I did it one last time, see, every time you're doing that, you're dropping down.
And closer.
That's the trouble with the mandolin, is you're dropping down. So I had already made my slice, and I touched it, and it nicked me. But not bad. It just bled a little bit. And I just want to keep it covered. Now, today I let it get air. My granny and my mommy told me, let them get air. You got to let it get air after it heals up a little bit. So I'm perfectly fine with it, and it's going to be fine. I'm going to have a thumb and everything. See, it works. Ain't no problem with that thumb.
I cut my thumb with the glass
Oh,
on
my
Easter.
goodness. I knew you was dead. Mama don't go to the doctor for nothing. It's like,
Cut my hand and my big U got my thumb.
we had Easter dinner, and her sisters were here. Her oldest sister was alive then, and they were all in here in the kitchen, gossiping, carrying on, and washing dishes, having the best time. And all of a sudden, I heard Mama say, "Oh my Lord, I'm gonna have to go to the hospital."
I said, "Get you, Daddy. I've got to go."
She said, well, she didn't know I was in there. She said, told my aunt, said, "Get Dawn, I'm gonna have to go to the hospital. I've cut my." I was in the living room. I jumped up and ran through there because I knew.
She thought it was trouble.
I knew if she was wanting to go to the hospital, she cut her arm off. But she had it was an old cheap glass. We don't use any cheap glasses. Those are forbidden, I'm telling you. And I'm not against any product. And when I say cheap, I mean cheap made. I'll buy a glass for $1 if it's a good glass. But you remember, you used to be able to get 4 glasses, and I still remember the pattern on it and everything. It was a thin glass. You had 4 of them. It had wheat on it, yellow wheat. It was back years ago. And it was just that thin stuff, and I think we picked them up probably at a dollar store somewhere. We would buy them, they'd break, you'd throw them away. This was perfectly fine. There was nothing wrong with it, but it had iced tea in it from Easter dinner. Mama put it in the hot water, and it broke under the water. And she just picked it up, just the top broke. She picked it up and rammed her hand down it and did that, and when she did, it cut this. Very bad. And it was that broke glass. You couldn't see it in there, and I said, that's it. So we use thicker glasses, a good quality glass. Be careful. If you got some cheap glasses laying around because they're pretty or they got the design that matches your kitchen this week, folks, be careful. No, I'm telling you. That was bad, wasn't it, Mama?
They thought I was going to use the Lucifer.
Use the Lucifer thumb.
The use of my thumb. It took a lot of therapy. She's making thumbs.
She had to have therapy. It was bad. Anyway, drink out of a coffee cup. They're safe. You can put them in the dishwasher. All right, folks. We've gone on with foolishness. And I'm not hungry, so I'll have this for lunch. I'm not used to eating too. I'm cutting back on them helpings a little bit.
Well, I sure did. When I was a kid, I wanted.
If you let yourself settle for 20 minutes, your body will use the same. I'm not hungry anymore. Love, let's up on the tater cake. Up on my tater cakes.
What are you saying?
I don't know. Marsha, you asked them at the tater cakes. Y'all go back and watch the rest of this. And we'll show you all everything we've had tonight. We've got on here. Mama's enjoying her dinner tonight. Love it. Yes, she is, Vonda. She is enjoying this good old garden food. Garden grub. Daddy used to call it garden grub. You ever heard that before? Let's have some good garden grub, meaning some vegetables, some fried okra, some tomato gravy. Now, that's one thing we usually have with tomato gravy is pork chops, tomato gravy, fried okra, something like that. But
mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
But these tater cakes was real good.
They
They had
are
those
good.
mashed potatoes left, and they wasn't no sense
Right.
them going to waste. They're
Use what you
good.
got, Mama. Use what you
They're
got.
really good. And
It's
my-
8:06.
My poor little thin pound of cornbread.
Mama, you are the queen of cornbread. You make the most beautiful cornbread every time.
And you make
But
fun.
tonight, you tried to skimp us out. That's what she did. I'm making a thin one. I said, Mom, put enough in. That's enough. What is that, a half a thing of cornmeal?
Well, it's like 3/4 cups.
3/4 cups of cornmeal. I always
And
put a cup or
and
two.
cup.
Mama's cheating us out tonight. She's just going to make a thin one.
Quit showing it off. You've shown
And
that
look.
cornbread more than it.
Look at that.
It looks all right.
No, that ain't your cornbread. Here's the thing. Like if I come home and you wasn't here and you was missing, and the police said, we don't know where she's at, come in here and see if you can find any clues. I said, well, one thing, somebody cooked that cornbread the size of my mama. Because my mama was never, ever had a pound of corn like that. So that ain't my mama's cornbread. Somebody else was here and I'd give them a false lead. It's delicious. But you got to admit, you tell them the truth. You are the world's pickiest about cornbread, cakes, biscuits, and if I had made one mislick cut on your cornbread, you would have won.
Had a fit.
Had a cow with a crocheted tail. And if you have messed up a cake, like say she makes a round cake just for us, and I cut a square out of it or something, I don't.
You do that for me.
I cut a square out the middle one time, and I thought I was going to get
Killed.
I just done a cut square, pulled it out the middle, and she said, "Yes, Master."
I can't stand for the cakes not to be cut.
Tell it.
I can't stand it.
And you pitch a fit.
Yes.
You show yourself, embarrass the whole family.
Yeah. Don't embarrass me. You know better than to do the stuff like that.
And if you'd have made your perfect cornbread tonight, and I had decided, let's say to cut it in squares, what would you have said? What'd you do that for?
That's right. I can't help this also. No more cutting back on cornbread.
No more cut. You heard it, folks.
You're going to make fun of me.
You heard it here, folks. Mission accomplished. No more cutting back on cornbread. We're going full cornbread every time from now on because I've shamed her into it.
It tasted good.
It tastes wonderful, Mama. And Mama does make the world's prettiest cornbread. Now, I ain't going to tell you. It's fair quality.
Look at that right there. That looks pretty.
Now, that side looks good.
I can't help it. What happened over there?
Eat the evidence, Mama. It looks like she's taking it to the fair every time she makes it. Y'all see it. And I just think this is hilarious.
Say good night, Johnny.
Good night, Johnny.
Good night, Mama. God bless you, child. Bye-bye.
Y'all have a blessed night, Lord. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye-bye.